Hello everyone, Dartt here, and right now I'm going to do some daily quests on Magic and hope to fill out some of the play sets that I'll be using coming up in the, well, going forward. As I mentioned before, I'm very much a play-to-win kind of person as opposed to pay-to-win. I'll be honest, I simply don't have the money to be pay-to-win. So, I thought about doing this segment or starting this a couple of days ago. Unfortunately, I was kind of miserable at the time, wasn't feeling too good. And to add to that, dumbass that I am, I kind of muted my mic, so the whole thing, I got done shooting it, went back to edit it, and no sound. Absolutely horrible. But here we are, and let's see what we have to work with. Got 15 white or blue spells, and place 15 1/1 counters on creatures you control. Okay. I think we can come up with a deck that'll do this. Give me just a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I did manage to get a deck thrown together, and pretty sure based on the name, you can figure out what it's all about. A lot of Awaken, some other stuff. Let's see if we can't find a AI that'll give us a run for it. Let's go with hard. And we have Fish Girl, because she's got gills and fins and stuff. Okay. Looks like we get a little bit of early game and some stuff to advance our little strategy of turning our lands into creatures with the sheer drop and the planar outburst. We also pick up a Topan Freeblade and a Patron of the Valiant. Not something I want to play right now, but it could be handy coming up. We'll go ahead and keep this hand. And Fish Girl plays a Plains. We draw into a meandering river. But let's go ahead and play a Plains so we can get the free blade in play. There's a forest. And a Duskwatch Recruiter. 2 cost 2/2 with a activated effect, 1 green, 2 colorless to look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform Duskwatch Recruiter. And it turns into Kralin Horde Howler. I'm guessing it's a nastier version of the same thing. Okay, whatever. There we go, Glacial Fortress, that gives us a blue in play. We're not going to attack with the free blade just yet. We just trade creatures and that would not be to our advantage. We'll go ahead and wait. See if we can If he decides to attack, Hinterland Logger. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform Hinterland Logger. Yep. I guess werewolf decks are a thing now. See if he attacks. If so, we're going to sheer drop. Yeah, we'll take the 3. And we'll sheer drop it on our turn, since it's a sorcery and we can't do it right now. We draw into an Undo Rising. Whenever a creature attacks, it gains lifelink until end of turn, Awaken 4. Wait, can't we Awaken 3? No. That sucks. Alright, looks like we're playing the holdout game. We've got some Awaken effects here, but we just simply don't have the mana for them yet. So, we're going to wait. We may get beat up a little bit, but hopefully we'll turn it around. Again, this doesn't have first strike, so we don't want to throw it away. We'll wait. He casts a Stormrider Spirit, a 5-drop 3/3 with flash and flying. This could get very painful for us here. He only attacks with the 3/3. Of course, he's afraid that we'd block the 4/2 and kill it. That's fine. We'll go ahead and take another 3. Try and get some more land in play so we can get our Awaken effects playing. Let's go ahead and play the Meandering River. That way next turn we can play the Awaken effect off of sheer drop, kill off one of his creatures, and Awaken one of our own. We'll skip attacking and pass the turn. Here comes a Cult of the Waxing Moon. 5-drop 5/4. Whenever a permanent you control transforms into a non-human creature, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. That can get positively hideous. And I suppose it's a good thing we have Planar Outburst. It is a shame, though, that it's an 8 cost to do that with the Awaken 4, but we may want to go ahead and do that without the Awaken just to clear his board. Reset things. Yeah. We're going to have to block the 4/2 just to mitigate some of this incoming damage. And I think we will go ahead and Planar Outburst here. Here comes another Stormrider Spirit, a 5 cost 3/3 flash and flying. I think we've seen that before. Okay. Can we do this? The Royal Sprout for 1 white and 1 blue. Yes, we can. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to put that back on the top of his library. And awaken one of our lands. Now hopefully he won't have a sheer drop of his own. That would really stink. And he plays the same creature again. Alright. Now just to get ourselves some life back, let's go ahead and play the Undo Rising and dump those same tokens onto our plains here. Giving us an 8/8 plains. Let's see what he's got to say about it. He's going to let it go through? Alright, that's fine with me. We're up to 14, he's down to 12. Here comes an Inspiring Captain from him. A 4-drop 3/3. Human Knight. When Inspiring Captain enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Alright. We'll give him a 4/4 flyer. He attacks. We don't have a defender for that, so we'll just take the 4. Plays a forest. That's his turn. Go ahead and draw and play the plains. Can we? I think we will. Let's go ahead and sheer drop his flyer. This should turn our plains into an 11/11. We'll go ahead and swing for 11. Should gain us quite a bit of life. Or not. He plays another Inspiring Captain. It's like he's just down to his top decks now. Let's try this again. I would expect he'll block. Ah, we don't have lifelink on that. Duh. That's fine. Let's go ahead and play the console's lieutenant. We can hold off on the Patron of the Valiant. We don't need to cast it right yet. Was yet another Inspiring Captain. We drew in a meandering river, but whatever. We're not going to go ahead and attack with the Consul's Lieutenant because he'll kill it rather than let it go through. We will swing with the planes, though. Force him to block and lose the creature. Actually, let's go ahead and play the Patron. No, we'll wait. I'll change my mind last second. Play a Glacial Fortress. He didn't play a creature, so we will go ahead and play these two, or attack with both of these. And that should be the win. And it is. Okay. This time around we are up against this girl in armor with this ugly looking hammer thing. Okay. We get just a few lands and a couple of Topan free blades. We are a little land heavy here, but we do have a little bit of early game with the Vigilance and the Renown. We'll go ahead and keep it. Meandering Rivers come into play tap no matter what we do. So let's go ahead and play one of those. And we'll follow up with the plains, I guess, next turn. That way we can play our free blade on curve. We draw into Kythian's Irregular. We're now on one with a 2 white cost to tap target creature. That could come in handy. And Armor Girl over here has played a white and colorless and a Spatial Contortion to kill off our free blade. Boo. And we draw into a Clutch of Currents. 1 blue to return target creature to its owner's hand, or 4 colorless and a blue to do that and Awaken 3. Put 3 counters on a target land we control. We'll be using that. For right now, though, let's go ahead and get the other Meandering River in play and cast our second Topan free blade. Next turn, we can play the Kythian's Irregulars. So hopefully we'll be set up. There's a second Kythian's Irregular. Let's play an island this time. Let's attack. Hopefully that'll trigger the Vigilance, making it a 3/3. And it does. Let's go ahead and play the Irregulars. It's also Renown. That'll make it a 5/4 if we can get it triggered. And nothing from our opponent. So far, so good. Let's play a third Meandering River. Attack with these two. bring our opponent down to 11. And this could be considered overcommitting, but at this point, I'd really rather just win the game. Okay. And she plays a shoulder to shoulder. 3 costs, support 2, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 targets, draw a card. Guessing this is just for the card draw, because what creatures? There's another Plains. Nothing doing over there, huh? Okay, here's the situation we're in. We can win the game right here and now. We've got 12 damage showing. If we attack, she has nothing to block with. Or we could hold off and potentially complete our daily quests. I'm liking the idea of completing our daily quests. Let's go ahead and do that. Undo Rising. Handy. We'll pass the turn. And just let the AI wonder what in the heck we're doing. My thoughts behind this is that we can use this to return whatever she plays to her hand, so we can push through damage no matter what. We draw into a Prairie Stream, which we will play. And pass the turn. Here comes another Plains. It's like a predominantly Plains heavy deck. I kind of wonder at all the colorless. I don't really quite get that. Walker of the Wastes. Oh, looks like we've got an Eldrazi deck on our hands. It's a 5 cost 4/4 with trample and +1/+1 for each land you control name wastes. Aha! So that turns into a 6/6. Let's go ahead and play the island. Do we have enough for the Awaken 3? 1 blue and 4 mana. Yeah, I think so. Let's go ahead and Awaken a Plains. Oops. Let's choose a creature to put it into owner's scene. Let's go ahead and do that. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and play the Consul's Lieutenant. Skip attack. No? Not going to play it again, huh? Alright. Well, in that case, we will do nothing and just wait. If I recall correctly, we needed to cast 9 spells. We've got, it's like 5 on the board, 2 in our graveyard for 7. If we cast these, we should satisfy that requirement. And here comes Kozilek's Pathfinder. 6 cost 5/5, colorless, Target creature can't block Kozilek's Pathfinder this turn. Okay. And if it attacks, we'll find some way of blocking it regardless and sheer drop it the next turn. Or we could Planar Outburst. I have a feeling that'd be even more fun. But I'd really prefer to Planar Outburst whenever he's got more than one threat on the board and we've got, yeah, 5. Juggernaut. I used to love this card from back in the day. I started during 3rd edition revised, and Juggernaut was a very nice early mid-game card to play. It attacks each round if able, and it can't be blocked by walls. And for a 4th turn drop, that 5 powers pretty wicked. So that's going to get sheer dropped pretty quickly. Comes another island. Anything else you want to do? Champion of Arishan. 4 drop 3/2. Hound warrior creature with lifelink. Alright. Basically, if that damages anything, its controller gains life equal to the amount of damage it does. There's the plains. How are we going to block the old Juggernaut? I'm thinking should probably use the non-renowned irregulars to get rid of that. That'll kill it. Or no, let's just use the lieutenant. It'll leave it alive so we can go ahead and sheer drop it the next turn. That allows us to cast a spell and play some counters. Best of both worlds. And here comes Walker of the Wastes again. How big is it this time? Still just a 6/6. And what's this? Shoulder to shoulder. 3 cost, support 2, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, and draw a card. Yep, we saw that earlier. We gearing up for an attack? Yes, we are. Alright. How do we want to deal with this? Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. We get another island. Let's go ahead and sheer drop Juggernaut. And pop some 3/3 counters on one of our islands. I think that'll be it for us for right now. We'll skip attack. Isolation Zone. 4-cost enchantment. When Isolation Zone enters the battlefield, exile target creature or enchantment an opponent controls until Isolation Zone leaves the battlefield. Okay, what are you isolating? Are irregulars. Okay. Next, Expedition Raptor. 5-cost 2/2 with flying. A bird, I guess. When Expedition Raptor enters the battlefield, support 2. Let's get a very scary 8/8 over there and a slightly less scary 6/6. And she attacks. So we will block. Planar Outburst is looking really good right about now. We draw into another Free Blade. Can we pay this? Awaken for 8 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we can afford it. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and put these on the planes just for the lulls. That gives us a 7/7. And it should also satisfy our win conditions for the daily quests. We'll give it until next turn. We'll play the Undo Rising just to be certain, and swing with both of these. Here comes another Champion of Erishin from her. 3/2 lifelink. And looks like a tap land. We draw into a Knight of the Pilgrim's Road. 3-cost 3/2, Renown 1. But let's play a Awaken effect on our island, turning it into a 7/7. Swing with both. One will get blocked, the other will go through. I'll put her down to 8. And let's play a Free Blade. Ruin Processor. 7-cost, 7/8. When you cast Ruin Processor, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, gain 5 life. Okay. Interesting effect. And here comes a Stalking Drone. 2-drop 2/2, devoid. Stalking Drone gets +1/+2 till end of turn for 1 colorless, and you can only do that once a turn. Make it a 3/4. May as well play the Knight. I really don't want to throw away one of our 7/7s. In an attack. If for some reason the Ruin Processor attacks, we'll go and swing with both of them and hit her for 14. I doubt that'll happen. In the interim, we can wait on another Awaken effect and swing if that happens. Or she can cast a Warden of Geometries, 4-drop 2/3 with Vigilance. Tap to add 1 colorless to her mana pool. And we've got nothing doing here. We'll bide our time. It's another Plains. Patron of the Valiant. 5-drop 4/4 flyer, an angel. When Patron of the Valiant enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Basically, that'll turn both of our 7/7s into 8/8s. Let's do. Also, it's a flyer, so that gives us a path to victory. We're going to go ahead and wait on these. No reason to attack, because if we do, one might get through, but the other one will get combination blocked and killed. We'll just wait. And here comes another Walker of the Wastes. We draw into a Part the Water Veil. 6-cost sorcery that allows us to take an extra turn after this one. Exile Part the Water Veil. Awaken 6. Costs 9 to play. Oh yes. That's definitely going to happen. Let's go ahead and swing and see what happens. May as well swing with everything, huh? Cast this after combat. Okay, let's see what's happening here. 7/8 blocks 3/2. 6/6 blocks our free blade, so we're losing both of them. He's losing both of these, and our 4/4 gets through. Alright. Let's turn this into a huge problem for him. Or her. Let's attack again. So that forces the block. It doesn't matter how she blocks. She's in a world of hurt here. Now she could combo block to get rid of the 8/8, but yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. Puts her down to 9. And we should have the win next turn. There's a Stalking Drone. 2-drop 2/2. Devoid. No color. 1 cost to get +1/+2. We've seen it before. And that's not enough to save her. And here's a Slip Through Space. 1 blue, sorcery. Target creature can't be blocked this turn, draw a card. Interesting. Unfortunately, it can't attack this turn either. And here's a Ruin Processor. Another one we've seen. But I don't think so. We're going to play our Scatter to the Winds and counter it. And let's toss down some Awaken counters too on the island, making it 11-11. And we'll go ahead and swing with everything. That should be a good game. Thank you, AI. It was fun. Alright. There's one daily. Maybe. That daily. And this daily. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching with me. And this is Dartt again. And good luck and have fun in all the games you play. Take care, everybody.